Hey everyone, I'm Kelly with the SuburbanSoapbox.com, and today I am making gingerbread cookies with Landon. He's coming to join us. You love gingerbread cookies.
Yes, I do. Whenever you make them, sometimes I eat all of them.
These are the best gingerbread cookies ever. I've been making them for way too long that I want to tell you because that will show my age. But these gingerbread cookies are sweet and they're filled with a slight amount of molasses flavor that's perfect and spiced up with ginger. They are soft on the inside and chewy and crisp on the outside, and the cookies are great for cookie cutters because they hold their shape. So these are awesome to make gingerbread men or your favorite gingerbread houses. So let's get started.
Yes.
Yes. To make your gingerbread cookies, you are going to need the following ingredients: all-purpose flour, sugar, baking soda, baking powder, molasses, obviously, an egg, secret ingredient, we'll talk about that in a minute, ginger, oh, that's cinnamon, ginger,
Of course, ginger.
and cloves.
That's a gingerbread man.
Exactly. Nutmeg, vanilla, butter, and then this secret ingredient is balsamic vinegar, which is not very common in a gingerbread cookie, but try it. I can guarantee you, you will love it. It adds a slight amount of tang, a little bit of sweetness. You want to make sure that you use a really good balsamic vinegar, one that is a little bit syrupy, not watered down. Don't grab a balsamic vinegar at the grocery store that's just the cheapest one they have that's really made for just a salad dressing. You want something rich and thick. This is the time to invest in a really good balsamic vinegar that you can put on anything. To start, we're going to whisk together our dry ingredients, and to the flour, so that I don't have to use another bowl, I'm going to add my baking powder. And you want 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and the ginger.
Ginger is spicy, right?
It's a little spicy, but this isn't too spicy. If you add a lot, you'll definitely taste some spice. So we're gonna do 1 teaspoon of ginger. Ground nutmeg, so half a teaspoon of ground nutmeg, half a teaspoon of ground cloves, ground cinnamon.
That smells good. It reminds me of Christmas.
Yes, this definitely smells like Christmas.
And salt.
Little pinch of salt, half a teaspoon of baking soda. So you're gonna scoop it, and then drag it on the top to flatten it out. There you go, and now put that in. Awesome. Okay, and now we're gonna whisk it all in the measuring cup, so we don't even have to dirty another bowl. Now we're going to add our butter to the mixer. You're going to cream the butter and sugar together. You want to scrape the sides down and then give it a little mix again to fluff it all up. You just want to make sure that the butter and the sugar is really well combined. Once your butter and sugar have been creamed together and it's like fluffy and smooth, we're gonna add all of the wet ingredients. So I'm gonna turn the mixer on low. We're gonna add the egg, the molasses, and the balsamic vinegar. Don't skip the vinegar. Now that the wet ingredients are all incorporated and everything's kind of smooth, we're going to slowly add the dry ingredients to create our batter. It's like a Hallmark moment. Just scrape off your beater because you want all the dough.
Looks good.
It does look good, it's so good. Scrape down the sides of your bowl and stir together any loose flour or ingredients that are on the side. You can easily knead everything in together. Now you're gonna cover this with plastic wrap and store in the refrigerator for about 2 hours. You can definitely do this overnight. You can even freeze this dough. So if you're thinking about baking cookies weeks in advance, you can definitely make the dough and freeze it. Or if you want to have a gingerbread house party, which is also fun, this is a great way to make it in advance. Just cover it tightly with plastic wrap or put it in a freezer-safe container and store in the freezer for up to 3 months. Our dough has been chilling for about 2 hours. We're ready to roll. Rock and roll, right?
Rock and roll.
Rock and roll. We're just going to put a little bit of flour on our surface so it doesn't stick. We're gonna coat the dough with the flour so that it doesn't stick on your rolling pin. But another trick, and I'm not doing that today, you can definitely put a piece of plastic wrap down on your surface and then put a piece of plastic wrap on top and roll it out that way. Then we're just gonna roll it out, and it's gonna take a little while because the dough is cold, so we have to kind of get it to hold together and get more to room temperature, but without breaking apart and sticking to everything. So it's gonna take a little work, but you will be rewarded, right?
Yes.
With tasty, amazing gingerbread cookies.
I hope so.
I love using this dough for cutouts because it does hold up well in the oven. Your cookies will not spread out. So if you are making a gingerbread house, this is perfect because when you cut your shapes, you don't want them to spread out and it throws everything off, because gingerbread house making is a science. And you want to roll it out to about 1/8 of an inch thick. All right, you want to cut out your house now.
Yeah.
Press and wiggle. Press all the way down. Yes. Press and wiggle. All right, can you lift it? Put it on there.
Yes.
Awesome.
Gosh, no.
You got it?
Yeah.
Good job.
I got my house.
All right, let's cut out the rest
Boom.
and we'll pop it in the oven.
Can I do a snowflake?
Sure can. If you feel like there's a lot of flour on your cookies, once they bake, the butter is going to absorb it. The cookie will absorb the flour, and you can dust off anything else that's left on there. Our baking sheet is full, so I'm just going to pop these in the oven. You want to leave about 2 inches between each of your cookies. They're not going to spread that much, but they will spread a little bit. Into the oven. You're going to bake your cookies at 400 degrees for about 8 minutes. Just pop in, check them, make sure they're starting to firm up around the edges, kind of bounce back from the touch, and they're good to go. While Landon's cutting out the rest of the cookies, I'm going to make a quick fake royal icing. Fake. I have a royal icing that I use for gingerbread cookies. It's great for like the glue for gingerbread cookies. It's also fantastic for decorating because it hardens and you can't smear the cookie then. This frosting is not quite royal icing. It's not royal icing. It's just a little white frosting that I used to make all the time. And it's just powdered sugar and milk, and you can add a little vanilla or lemon extract or something to flavor it. But this is just what I use when I want to make a quick frosting to decorate my cookies. This too will get hard, but it takes a little bit longer. And it definitely is not something you want to use for a gingerbread house at all. So just putting that out there. If you're making a gingerbread house with this recipe, make sure you check out my royal icing video. You can get it right here and just click there and it'll take you right to the video and you can use that. Once your cookies are baked, we're going to transfer them to a cooling rack. These will cool pretty quickly, so it's only going to take a couple minutes for them to cool down to room temperature, maybe like 5 to 10 minutes. And once they're cool, we can decorate.
Yay, and then eat.
So I'm going to decorate this little guy. And then Landon can decorate one. I love decorating cookies. It's actually kind of relaxing. All right, you can decorate something on here.
Decorate this.
Okay, here you go. Your turn.
Okay. This is taking a while.
It takes some patience. Alrighty.
I'm gonna bite his foot.
Okay. Let me have a bite. I'll bite the other foot.
It's nice and crunchy, and the frosting's really good because it's like creamy.
That's fantastic. It's crisp and crunchy on the outside, soft and chewy on the inside, and the frosting is very good for fake frosting, right?
At least he's still smiling.
He is still smiling even though we've eaten half of his body. If you like this video, please be sure to give us a like and subscribe to our channel. For more easy recipes, be sure to visit thesuburbansoapbox.com. Thanks again.
Bye.
Bye.